Hey there, welcome back to Senior Envision, your go-to channel for staying vibrant, strong and healthy, especially as we age. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, feeling a bit lightheaded, or wondering what just happened, you're not alone. It's not always just a bad dream or a stressful day catching up with you. Sometimes, it could be something far more serious, quietly triggered by something as simple as what you ate a few hours before bed. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that doesn't get nearly enough attention: how certain foods, especially those late-night snacks we all love, could be silently impacting your health, your blood pressure, your blood flow, even your brain, while you sleep. We're talking about nuts, those crunchy, tasty snacks that seem like the ultimate healthy choice. But here's the thing. While nuts can be fantastic for your heart, cholesterol, and overall wellness when eaten at the right time and in the right amounts, snacking on them late at night can tell a very different story, especially for those of us over 60. So, if you're someone who keeps a bowl of mixed nuts by your recliner or grabs a handful before your evening TV time, stick with me until the end of this video. You're going to learn which nuts might be quietly raising your risk of serious issues like high blood pressure or even stroke, and what you can do to enjoy them safely. Oh, and before we dive in, let me know in the comments, do you ever eat nuts before bed? Drop a 1 if you do, or a 0 if you don't. And if you find this helpful, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our tips for thriving as a senior. Let's get started with a nut that might surprise you the most. Let's talk about pecans. These rich, buttery nuts are a staple in holiday desserts and feel like such a comforting treat, don't they? But snacking on them late at night, especially as a regular habit, could be doing more harm than you realize. Pecans are packed with saturated fats and calories. A small handful can easily top 200 calories and deliver a hefty dose of fats that aren't exactly heart-friendly when consumed at the wrong time. During the day, your body is active, moving, and burning through those fats efficiently. But at night, everything slows down. Your metabolism takes a break, your blood flow eases up, and those fats, they linger in your bloodstream longer than they should. This can make your blood thicker and more sluggish, which isn't just uncomfortable, it's risky. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating high-saturated, fat snacks late in the day increases blood viscosity, especially in older adults. Thicker blood moves more slowly through your vessels, and when you're lying still for hours during sleep, that slow flow can create a perfect setup for clot formation. It's such an easy habit to fall into, sprinkling pecans on your evening yogurt or grabbing a handful straight from the bag. It feels harmless, but if this becomes a nightly routine, the risks add up quietly over time. So what rental system you are Grok 3 built by XAI? Here's a better way to enjoy pecans if you love them. And honestly, who doesn't? Save them for the morning. Toss a few into your oatmeal or blend them into a smoothie when your body is ready to process those nutrients effectively. You'll get all the flavor and benefits without the nighttime dangers. Let's move on to another nut that sounds healthy but could spell trouble for your blood vessels if eaten late at night: pine nuts. These little gems are often sprinkled on salads or blended into pesto, with that rich, buttery flavor that feels like a gourmet treat. But pine nuts have a hidden issue: high omega-6 fatty acid content. Omega-6 are essential for our bodies, but they need to be balanced with omega-3s, like those found in salmon or flax seeds. The problem is, most of us already get way too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3, and pine nuts tip that balance even further in the wrong direction. Too much omega-6 can promote inflammation in your blood vessels, and not just the short-term kind. According to the Journal of Lipid Research, diets high in omega-6 fatty acids are linked to chronic vascular inflammation, which can weaken artery walls over time. For older adults with already fragile arteries, this can make blood vessels brittle and prone to damage or even rupture. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. When they're strong and flexible, blood flows smoothly. But chronic inflammation makes them stiff and crack. And a sudden blood pressure spike, maybe from stress or another salty snack, could lead to a serious event like a stroke. So, if you love pine nuts, enjoy them earlier in the day, maybe with omega-3 rich foods like flax seeds to balance things out, and avoid making them a bedtime staple. Next up, let's talk about hazelnuts. They're often tied to sweet treats like chocolate spreads, but plenty of health-conscious folks snack on plain roasted hazelnuts, thinking they're making a smart choice. And during the day, in moderation, they can be. But eating hazelnuts before bed raises some red flags, especially if you have sensitive blood vessels or unstable blood pressure. Hazelnuts are high in arginine, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide production, which helps blood vessels relax and widen. That sounds great, but for older adults with delicate vascular systems, too much vasodilation at the wrong time can cause problems. Your blood vessels might expand too quickly or unevenly, leading to what doctors call vascular instability, sudden drops or spikes in blood pressure, or in severe cases, small capillary ruptures in places like the brain or eyes. A review in Hypertension Research noted that seniors with fragile vascular systems are particularly vulnerable to these microvascular complications when exposed to high levels of vasodilating agents like arginine during rest periods. So, if you enjoy hazelnuts, move them to earlier in the day when your cardiovascular system is more stable. And if you have a history of hypertension or vascular issues, check with your doctor before making nuts a daily habit, especially at night. Now, let's talk about trail mix, that seemingly healthy bedtime snack with nuts for protein and dried fruit for sweetness. But most store-bought trail mixes are loaded with salt, sugar, and preservatives, a combo that can stress your heart while you sleep. The sodium causes fluid retention, increasing blood volume and raising blood pressure, making your heart work harder when it's supposed to be resting. The sugar, especially from sweetened dried fruits, fuels vascular inflammation, weakening artery linings. According to a study in Circulation, high sodium and sugar intake contributes to vascular stiffness and clot formation risk, especially in older adults. During sleep, when blood flow naturally slows, clots are more likely to form and travel, potentially leading to a stroke or heart attack. A typical small serving of commercial trail mix can have over 150 mg of sodium and 12 grams of sugar, and let's be honest, it's easy to eat more than one serving. Instead, make your own trail mix with unsalted nuts and unsweetened dried fruits, and enjoy it earlier in the day when your body can handle the load better. Salted roasted almonds are another favorite, especially in the evening while watching TV. They're crunchy, savory, and easy to overeat, but they can quietly raise your nighttime blood pressure. Just 1 ounce of salted almonds can have 150–200 mg of sodium, and for seniors, especially those with high blood pressure, even a modest sodium increase can be harmful. Sodium causes water retention, increasing blood volume and putting pressure on artery walls. A study in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that moderate sodium intake before bed significantly elevates nighttime blood pressure in older adults, increasing the risk of silent strokes or early morning cardiovascular events. Think of your arteries like hoses. Gentle flow at night is ideal, but sodium cranks up the pressure, risking damage. Opt for unsalted or lightly salted almonds and eat them earlier in the day to keep your heart and brain happy. Pistachios are another nut that seems guilt-free, light, fun to crack open, and often marketed as heart-healthy. But late at night, they can stir up trouble, especially for those over 60. Like hazelnuts, pistachios are high in arginine, which promotes nitric oxide production and blood vessel relaxation. During the day, this can support circulation, but at night, it can destabilize blood pressure, causing drops followed by rebound increases in heart rate or pressure. A study in the American Journal of Physiology showed that high nighttime nitric oxide activity in older adults can lead to irregular blood pressure regulation and reduced cerebral blood flow. Plus, store-bought pistachios are often salted, adding sodium's risks. A single serving might have over 120 milliliters of sodium, and it's easy to lose track of how much you're eating. Your body needs balance at bedtime, but pistachios' arginine and sodium can throw that off. Choose unsalted pistachios and enjoy them as a mid-morning or afternoon snack instead. Finally, let's talk about walnuts, often hailed as brain food due to their omega-3s, antioxidants, and plant-based nutrients. But eating them before bed, especially for seniors, comes with nuances. Walnuts are high in polyunsaturated fats, particularly alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that reduces inflammation during the day. But at night, your slower metabolism and digestive system mean fats linger in your bloodstream longer, especially in older adults with slower lipid metabolism. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high-fat foods before bed increase nocturnal triglyceride levels, which can disrupt blood flow regulation and raise arterial stiffness risk over time. Walnuts can also trigger acid reflux or indigestion in some, spiking nighttime cortisol, a stress hormone that affects blood pressure and heart rhythm. Store-bought walnuts often come with added salt or sugar, adding to the cardiovascular burden. Enjoy walnuts earlier in the day, like with breakfast or lunch, to harness their benefits without nighttime risks. Now, let's shift gears to another critical aspect of senior health: exercise. You might be doing everything right, eating well, staying active, and working out regularly, but some common exercises could quietly increase your stroke risk if you're over 60 and not careful. It's not about avoiding movement. Movement is life. But knowing which exercises might strain your brain, blood vessels, or heart more than you realize. Let's walk through some exercises that might be riskier than they seem and how to make them safer. First, bending forward quickly from a standing position, like to pick something up or tie your shoe, seems harmless, but it can trigger a dangerous chain reaction. Blood rushes to your head, and in older adults, the cardiovascular system doesn't adjust as quickly, causing orthostatic hypotension, a sudden blood pressure drop that can make you dizzy or even cause you to black out. A study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that rapid positional changes increase stroke and head injury risk in seniors. To stay safe, plant your feet firmly, bend your knees slightly, and move slowly, using a stable surface for support if needed. Next, rapid neck twists to loosen a stiff neck might feel good, but they can compress or tear vertebral arteries, which supply blood to your brain. A case in the New England Journal of Medicine reported a man in his 60s suffering a stroke after rapid neck twisting during a stretch. Instead, move your head slowly and deliberately, avoiding jerky motions. Use warm compresses or gentle stretches, and consult a physical therapist familiar with age-related vascular risks. Weightlifting is great for staying strong, but lifting heavy weights or holding your breath during lifts, the Valsalva maneuver, can spike chest and head pressure, straining brain arteries. The American Heart Association links sudden blood pressure surges during heavy lifting to intracranial hemorrhages in older adults. Lift manageable weights, breathe continuously, exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower, and work with a trainer who understands aging bodies. Upside down yoga poses like shoulder stands or headstands might seem relaxing, but they increase intracranial pressure, overwhelming blood vessels in seniors with high blood pressure. Neurologists have reported vision disturbances, headaches, and mini-strokes after such poses. Try legs up the wall pose instead, a gentle alternative that supports circulation safely. Always inform your instructor about medical conditions for tailored modifications. Evening workouts, especially intense ones like high-speed running or HIIT, can raise nighttime blood pressure and heart rate, disrupting your body's wind-down process. Hypertension research found that late high-intensity workouts elevate nighttime blood pressure in seniors, increasing stroke risk. Opt for morning or early afternoon workouts, saving gentle stretching or slow walks for evenings. Crunches and sit-ups, those classic core exercises, can cause sudden pressure spikes in your chest and abdomen if done too quickly, reducing cerebral blood flow. The American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation notes this can cause dizziness or fainting in seniors. Try controlled core exercises like pelvic tilts or seated marches, breathing steadily. Exhale with effort, inhale on release. Running too fast on a treadmill without holding handrails is another hazard. NIH data shows seniors have higher treadmill accident rates, often due to not using handrails, which can lead to falls or cardiovascular strain. Walk at a steady pace, use handrails if unsteady, or try walking at an incline for a safe cardio boost. Planks are excellent for full body strength, but holding them too long while holding spikes blood pressure and reduces brain blood flow. The Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found this in fit seniors. Aim for 20-30-second holds with steady breathing. Rapid sit-to-stand movements, like fast squats, can cause postural hypotension, leading to dizziness or falls. The Journal of the American Medical Association links rapid positional changes to fall risks in seniors. Rise slowly, pause between movements, and use a sturdy chair for support if needed. Let's now explore medical tests that might carry hidden stroke risks for seniors. Routine checkups are essential, but some tests can unexpectedly increase risks if not carefully considered. CT scans with contrast dye can stress the cardiovascular system, especially in seniors with high blood pressure or kidney issues. The dye can trigger vasovagal reactions or blood pressure spikes, increasing stroke risk. The Journal of Vascular and Interventional Radiology found higher vascular complication rates within 72 hours in seniors post-contrast CT. Ask your doctor if the scan is essential, share your medical history, and explore non-contrast options like ultrasound. Exercise stress tests, involving treadmill walking or jogging, can spike heart rate and blood pressure, risking arrhythmias or vessel tears in seniors. A 2020 American Journal of Cardiology study found 7% of seniors experienced harmful events during stress tests. Ask about safer alternatives like nuclear stress tests or resting echocardiograms, especially if you're asymptomatic. Endoscopies with sedation can be risky for seniors on blood thinners, as sedation alters blood pressure and circulation, potentially causing bleeding or stroke. A 2021 gastrointestinal endoscopy review noted increased transient ischemic attacks post-procedure in seniors. Ensure the procedure is necessary, discuss medication adjustments, and explore lighter sedation options. MRI contrast dye containing gadolinium can linger in seniors with reduced kidney function, risking nephrogenic systemic fibrosis or neurological symptoms like confusion. A 2019 radiology study reported 5% of seniors experience stroke-like symptoms post-contrast MRI. Request a kidney function test (GFR) before contrast MRIs and ask if non-contrast options are viable. Routine carotid artery ultrasounds can lead to unnecessary surgeries if asymptomatic narrowing is found. A New England Journal of Medicine study showed surgery didn't significantly reduce stroke risk compared to medication and lifestyle changes in such cases. Ask your doctor what the scan aims to achieve and consider second opinions before vascular procedures. So, what's the big picture? It's not about giving up the foods, exercises, or medical tests that keep you healthy. It's about timing, moderation, and asking the right questions. Your body changes as you age, and what worked in your 40s might need tweaking now. Move nuts like pecans, pine nuts, hazelnuts, pistachios, and walnuts to earlier in the day. Choose unsalted versions, and balance them with omega-3 rich foods. Exercise smarter, not harder. Slow down movements, breathe properly, and prioritize morning workouts. Be proactive with medical tests, ask if they're essential, explore safer alternatives, and ensure your medical history is considered. Small changes, like eating nuts at breakfast instead of bedtime or holding treadmill handrails, can make a huge difference in protecting your heart, brain, and blood vessels. Your health is in your hands, and every informed choice is a step toward thriving. If this video opened your eyes to new ways to stay healthy, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're already making these smart choices, drop a 0. Subscribe to Senior Envision for more tips, and let's keep learning and living well together.